Hi, I'm Maury. I'm a founding member of Trinity Communications, and I hold a silver and a gold pin, which just reflects status within the company. Now, the objective of this presentation is to afford a basic understanding of the structure of the compensation plan and to give you an appreciation of the power and the potential of the plan. To accomplish this, we'll take a look at the critical factors which drive the bottom line. First of all, we'll take a look at the distribution organization of distributors and of customers, and then the income sources. Where it all comes from and how to manage it. And finally, we'll take a look at the bottom line numbers. Now, it's understandable that a starting point is organizational structure and how that progresses and how it grows. The basic design is typical. It's a 3x3 matrix which is adaptable to many different themes. Now, the Trinity fundamental design is that of a unilevel. The focus is building wide. The objective is to attract talented folks in the first generation that will easily replicate what you have started and your leadership. Now, as you go wide, others will follow suit and they will take you vertical. And so this eventually becomes just a well-oiled machine. Now, as the Trinity organization builds out, you become rewarded with an increase in status and an increase in the rate and the extent of compensation. New matrix legs open up, and each leg has the capacity for multiple people. Each leg also reflects increased compensation. Now, in the Trinity scheme, you progress from the active family leg to the silver family and then the gold. And eventually, the next two steps are platinum and rhodium. So there's multiple legs to your organization. Each leg is independent, and all legs are cumulative. Now, let me repeat that. As you progress to higher legs, you concentrate on building that individual legs. The ones you left behind, they continue to grow on their own by the people that you put in place and the people that you trained. And at the end of the day, each leg writes you a check. Now, looking at the progression of rewards at the active level, that pays you one-time commissions through 7 levels, which are graduated by the number of family members in your organization and the number of customer services. It also pays you on a monthly basis, again, through 7 levels that are graduated by the number of family members and customer services. The next step up is the silver leg. There you have the same one-time commissions that paid through 7 levels, but the bonus is $30 on every family member in your organization, and that goes down through infinity. So that's the big difference that starts on the family leg. It goes down through infinity. As far as the monthly residuals, again, you're paid through 7 levels, but there's a bonus that begins at silver of 40 cents for each family member and each customer, and that goes through infinity. The next step, it progresses. There's even more compensation at $60, and that goes deep, as well as the monthly residuals bumps to 70 cents. And that continues on in the same fashion to the platinum and then the rhodium level. Now, the Trinity compensation plan is really straightforward and simple. It's just on 2 sheets of paper, and it's mostly pictures, which is something that I can really relate to. But the first page deals with the generations. The second one addresses the levels. So let's take a look at these things in more detail, because this is where the money comes from. Now, every leg of the Trinity organization has the same structure. It's 7 generations deep, and family members or the distributors live in each generation. Now, in this example, we're just using 3 family members, and we're making the assumption that everyone can just find 3 people. No more, just 3 people, and that's a one-time effort. Customers get added as we go along, and that's an important measure that we have to keep pace with. Now, there are 3 basic income streams. First of all, there's the referral bonus from family members. This is graduated through 7 generations. Personal referrals are $100 each, and then on subsequent levels, that is prorated down through the 7th generation. There's also a monthly residual that's paid for each person in your organization, and that is also prorated. Now, the 3rd income stream is a residual payment for every Triniti service that's sold. We call them points because, since one individual can have multiple services of a phone or a Genesis landline or the Nucleus URSA TV or multiple URSAs, all of those are individual services, and we just tally those by points. So I hope you got that, and if not, kind of go back and take a listen to it because it applies through every leg of the Triniti organization. It's something that you really need to understand. But as you progress, we said the rewards increase as you ratchet up the tiers. So here's another picture, and the one-time family bonuses start at silver and are bumped up by $30 at every single level. So it's 30 at silver, 60 at gold, 90 at platinum, and then 120 at rhodium. Now, this is a very powerful thing, and we'll see just how powerful it is a little bit. But you just have to remember that these one-time bonuses are paid down through infinity. Also, there's residuals bumped up for both family members and for customer points, and those are additive. So at the silver level, it's 40 cents per family member per customer point. At gold, there's another 30 for a total of 70, and then it's up to 90, and then $1. So for every customer point, that generates $1. And if that's not enough for you, there's those one-time bonuses of $30, $60, $90, and $120 comes from people as they join your family, and they are forever coded to you. Now, understanding the coded bonus is very important because that is key to your success and key to your compensation. Now, family members can only receive that bonus, whether it's 30, 60, 90, or 120, once they attain that level. We start out at 30, and this diagram is based on the silver level, so that bonus is $30. If the adopting parent is not yet silver, the bonus goes to a first upward silver family member. So since a silver member requires 3 active family members while they're building a family, the bonuses pass upward. Now, this process repeats on every level in a person's individual family. So at a minimum, and we're just going to leave it at this, the first 3 members of every subleg in each family passes up to you. That is very, very powerful. And then it goes up, at $30 as you progress up the levels from silver to gold to platinum to rhodium. So let's take a look at how the numbers really shake out. Now, first of all, this is my disclaimer. This is only an example of potential income. It's not a guarantee. It's not a suggestion of what's going to happen if you get involved with Triniti, because personal results, really may vary. So this demonstration is, for training purposes only. Additionally, this worksheet is not developed by Trinity Communications. I developed this, and it's really my interpretation of their policy. So let's start out at the entry level, and if you want to call this the entry level, because this has the ability to generate a couple $100,000 on an annual basis to you. So let's go from left to right. We're talking about the generation levels that we addressed earlier, down through 7, and then each family member. Again, you put 3 great people on your first level, and remember, these are the only ones that you recruit, and you rely on them to go find 3 people each, and they're going to put good people in, and that way we can replicate the entire business. So at the bottom line, through 7 generations, you've got approximately 3,000 family members in your organization. Now, what we're going to say, each one of those family members generates customer services or sells customer services or customer points, and what we've included here is just the minimum. So that's really the structure over here. Now, for those family members, you receive a fixed income. We addressed that are graduated through 7 levels, and that's a one-time payment, and it's prorated, and there's also a monthly residual. So the one-time payments, provide, $55,000 or so to your income, and then on a monthly basis, you receive $1,000 for the family residuals. The customer residuals are about $2,400, and that happens every single month. And remember, that's based just on 3 people. That's all that you've put in this organization. So the first performance tier is that of silver. Now the print gets smaller here because the numbers get bigger. But what we're looking at is the same basic structure. And the 7 basic levels give you same as you did in the previous slide. But what's different is the silver bonuses, which continue through infinity. Still, all you're doing here on this slide is recruiting 3 people, and that's all. And we've carried this through 9 generations just to demonstrate that it goes beyond the 7. And 9 generations is not out of line. I have personally, several more generations than that, but they're not completely filled. And in this assumption, in this spreadsheet, we're making the assumption of 5 customer points per family member, and that really is a realistic number because of the many varied and interrelated services that Trinity offers, from the wireless phone to the nucleus device to the Genesis VoIP system. So 5 is really a good number. Now, we receive the same fixed income through one-time payments through 7 generations of approximately $44,000. That's the same that it was when we were looking at the active level. But you have to remember that you receive $30 for every family member, and that goes through infinity. Now, if you total up the number of family members through 9 generations, that's approximately 30,000. So do the math. It's $30 times $30,000, 30,000 people. Additionally, you receive an extra 40-cent bonus for every individual in your organization, and that would apply to the same 30,000 people. Once you extend that with 5 customer points per family member, the numbers start getting really big. So do the math. I mean, I'm unable to do that for you, but haul out your calculator and just punch in a couple of numbers. There's one-time commissions. There's family members and levels, plus a coded bonus at the silver level of $30 each. As far as monthly residuals, you receive the basic ones through 7 generations, plus a bonus of 40 cents. So the numbers, start to get really big at this point in time. Now, on the next level, is gold. And here the numbers really start to go silly. We've got the same structure. We're talking about the basic 7 generations, which here we're extending to 9. Family members, you go out and recruit 3. That's all you do. And you rely on those people to recruit 3. So it multiplies 3 times 3. And they get 3, and then everybody gets 3. So that's the progression. Through the first 7 generations, the one-time payment remained the same at $44,000. But here, the gold-coded bonus bumps up to $60. So that continues through infinity. There's also a residual monthly payment of 70 cents per person through infinity, attached to the other bonuses, which are the other residuals, which are through 7 generations. The customer points, again, it's a 70-cent premium that's added to all the customers. So the numbers get really big at this point in time. So, again, do the math. It's kind of laid out here. Now, I'm going to stop at this point in time, but you have to recognize that there's 2 more levels, and there's 2 more sets of bonuses that apply to the platinum and the rhodium levels. So just have to recognize that. And the other thing that you need to recognize is that while these numbers, start to go ballistic, the silver leg and the active leg, which we looked at previously, are still earning money for you. They're still generating income. And all of those are additive. So, what we said at the outset is that, we wanted to give you an understanding and appreciation of what we have here. We've looked at, how we're going to grow our business and the family structure, how income is generated, and how all of that works together. So hopefully that gave you a good overview of Triniti Communications and the potential. Thank you again for joining us.